joining Have Tea with B. Today, I have two guests with me today. So, I'm going to kind of talk about men's mental health and just kind of balancing life in general as well. So, first, make sure y'all go and follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, what else I'm on? YouTube, all that. Subscribe to my channel. And make sure you follow my page for, updates and everything. And make sure you give me feedback as well. I love the feedback, so keep it pouring in. So I'm going to go ahead and let my guests kind of introduce themselves. Who want to go first?
It don't matter. Well, since I'm already talking, I'm DJ AD. I go by the world famous DJ AD. Follow me everywhere at DJ AD Baby. Remember, it's all letters, all one word at DJ AD BABY. Hit that follow button, it don't bite. And I'm a DJ, freelance DJ. I also am a radio personality. And I have my own show, too, called The Exit Show. You look it up on Instagram and YouTube at EXXIT_show. DJ 80.
Yo, what's up? I'm Valente Keen. I just do a little bit of everything, but audio production. I'm an audio engineer. Have a studio where we're recording at right here, 1212 Studios. That's about it about me.
That's it. Y'all have some short kind of intros, but it's okay.
We don't want to go too far.
Yeah,
we gonna dive in a minute.
Right. You ain't gotta follow me. This shit gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
So, as I mentioned, we're gonna talk about men's mental health or whatever, and just kind of balancing life in general. So, first, so we're in June. It's June or whatever, and June is a busy month. I know a lot of people don't really celebrate holidays and stuff like that, but I do, and a big majority of society do as well. So you got June it being Black Music Month, it's Pride Month, you got it being Men's Mental Health Month, and then you also have Juneteenth and Father's Day within June as well. So just kind of with bringing that up, I wonder, how do y'all feel about like holidays and months being designated for certain things?
I love holidays. Like as far as June is concerned, it's so many things going on. But June is a great month because it's right after the graduations, and it's bringing in Father's Day. We celebrating Pride Month now, and it's just dope to celebrate anytime. We here after COVID. We survived COVID,
You're right.
So whatever we celebrate, I'm with it. Yeah, we can celebrate life. That's all I want to do.
I feel the same way.
Right. I'm glad you said that. Celebrate life. So because of that, I don't celebrate holidays. Can't stand them. I hate them. They good for business. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Because first of all, y'all named all these different things we're celebrating in June. Who the hell said June is the month that we gonna do this?
The
right?
people.
Who the people? Man.
You a rebel.
Right.
You don't want to celebrate nothing.
No.
Anytime you see me, I'm gonna celebrate something.
But right, I'm celebrating life every day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm selling, like you said, Father's Day. I'm a father, 365. I love my kid, 365. And I tell my close friends and family, I appreciate the gestures because they do go above and beyond for me on Father's Day. I appreciate, all of that. But at the same time, if y'all waiting for one day for America or whatever society, y'all waiting for them to tell you when to celebrate y'all fathers, or y'all waiting for them to tell you when to celebrate Christmas, or only thing I can get away with, even though I don't really celebrate that, is a birthday, because that's the day you came in the world. Nobody chose that, whatever. But all the rest of this stuff, Valentine's, nah, bro. None of them have anything that you cannot celebrate day to day.
That is true. That is very true. And y'all see I'm outnumbered or whatever, but I think AD kind of on my side a little bit. That's why he's sitting over there. But I get that. But also, sometimes it's good to just go that extra mile on a certain day. So like Valentine's Day.
Why?
Because people deserve it. Sometimes it's good just to feel a little bit of extra attention than your normal. Not saying that you shouldn't give attention 24/7, but sometimes it feels good to get that little extra boost.
But does it have to be on a certain day is what I'm asking you.
It doesn't, but it is.
That's the point.
But it is.
Everybody
Structure.
enjoys attention to it.
It's structure.
What would the world be without structure? So I agree with
life
it.
flow.
Like we all know that Jesus wasn't born on Christmas, but that's the day we picked to celebrate it. So let's celebrate. I don't see no problem with it. But I do enjoy the holidays because a lot of us work a whole lot. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so we don't
yes,
get a lot of
yes.
times family getting together. So I'm excited to get around family because I'm not around them all the time. You know what I mean? So when it is, a holiday like that, a lot of families more available.
Yeah.
And people who you haven't seen in a while, you may get to see. Like I seen my auntie on Juneteenth. I ain't seen my auntie in so long.
Yeah, I
but
would
she
say
came
that
to
is the
see me
best thing.
because she was
That is-
off.
right.
You know what I mean? And her birthday was like the day before.
Oh,
So it was even. I got to tell her happy
Dope,
birthday.
dope.
And we celebrated Juneteenth. So it was pretty dope. So that's one reason why I like holidays. The availability of a lot of people.
Yeah, that makes sense because America says so. You get to get off.
You gotta rest.
I mean, we ain't got
gotta
no
rest
choice.
here
We
and
got and we gotta work. So
Oh, well, somebody like everybody don't have that privilege though. You
right.
just said you're a freelancer, right? So
That's true.
So holidays, most times, probably you're working. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. But you
So,
know what I mean?
And you have the choice to not
Yeah.
go. You feel me?
You
So
always got a choice.
there's a balance to the situation. You know what I'm saying? I always just look at the root of it though.
I mean, that's very true because even with me with baking, I work most holidays still. Even if I'm off from my 9 to 5, I got special orders for these holidays. Unless I just be like, yeah, I'm not working this day. Like Juneteenth, I was like, no, I'm not doing anything. But being off and just enjoying myself. So, I mean, I get it. I get it.
That's understandable too, though. But you know what I mean? A lot of us, how I work, I'm always doing something.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
self-employed, so it's always something to do. Even if
Always.
it's doing 5 push-ups or sending an email or
Always.
connecting with somebody. It's always something to do. So I take advantage of those moments when majority of people are free.
Yeah.
You can get a lot done then. Like far as plan a vacation or sit around the house and do nothing if you want to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
So I'm cool.
I'm all with that. I'm all with that.
I commend y'all as well for being self-employed. Like, that's a big thing. You ain't got to answer to nobody but yourself, really. I mean, of course, you got to see your
Sometimes.
customers,
Yeah,
but
yeah, still.
yeah, you still got your customers, but
It's just
you
a different
know.
dynamic. You know what I'm saying? You still got to answer to somebody sometime.
So, as far as kind of talking about Juneteenth as well, how do y'all feel about Juneteenth? And like, is this something that you have always kind of known about, or is this something kind of fresher to for you? As far as like knowing the
well.
importance and the depth of why we should celebrate.
As far as my upbringing, I was always taught about it. But I'm glad that a lot of people now are, getting hip to it and we actually, recognizing it. So I think that's a real good thing for our community, for one. Maybe
Yeah.
nationally, a lot of people ain't on the same page we are, but at least at home, we doing it. And I commend our community for that.
Yeah. I agree 100% with that. I knew about it way beforehand. I'm the guy that's gonna always push the status quo and question shit. That's just me anyway. So I always knew about it and kind of wonder why aren't we celebrating it? And, it took us however many years as a country, as a world, whatever, to start acknowledging it. So late still came with the old folks,
You're right.
I agree. So it's something I've been knowing about since childhood. More of an importance was put on it when I went to college. I actually took like African American studies
Yeah.
class or whatever, and it went like so much in depth and things. And we actually celebrated on campus and stuff like throughout college. So I'm glad that now like it's like the world is kind of catching on to the drift of it. And people are teaching like the importance of it or whatever, because some people really like had no idea about it. And I
Right.
was just like really
That's
kind of
right.
shocked. Even before college. So I went to an all black high school. I think we had like maybe one Caucasian person, but pretty much all black high school in DeKalb County. MLK.
They're reading. I thought you.
No, I went to MLK. Went to MLK, home of the Lions, and they focus a lot on Juneteenth and things like that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I had that knowledge beforehand. Also,
That's always good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just kind of going into, let's see, mental health. Because I know, I think men in general, and this is just from observations, of course I'm not a man, but it seems like y'all don't really deal with mental health like you probably should to an extent. So
Depends
I
on how you think we
y'all are
should deal with
kinda-
it.
I think y'all are kind of. So I think in general, y'all are kind of apprehensive about asking for help in general. So if you feel like you need some help, like with your mental status or whatever, I think y'all a little bit hesitant to it. So I kind of wanted to get y'all perspective, each one of y'all, as far as like how do you deal with getting help for your mental health, or do you feel like you need help, or how do you deal with stress and everything?
Okay. You want to go first, or it don't matter?
Whoever want to go.
I'll take it. First of all, I embrace stress. Most people don't. I think stress is a needed factor in life. I'm gonna start this off. I'm a big person on balance. All right, that's my number one principle before I start to trickle down anything else, because you always need two sides or three, whatever, but at least two. You know what I'm saying? You need positive and negative, whatever. But I embrace stress because you got good stress, you got bad stress. You know what I'm saying? But stress always balance. Most times, so everybody won't cancel me, he wrong always. Most times, stress, the result of it is growth in some way. It just depends on how much you endure. And if we be honest, a lot of the stress that happens in our lives, I won't say a lot, there's a good number of stress that happens in our lives that is caused because of our own decisions and our own thought
That's right.
processes and our own, ways, habits and all that. So a lot of times if you can just fix you know what I'm saying, it automatically starts to dwindle away. But stress ain't a thing to me. Embrace it. Suck it up. Take it. Builds character.
I agree with you on that. I got a saying, and it's you can avoid a lot of stuff by avoiding a lot of stuff. I've been through enough stuff to not put myself in certain situations.
The more you fuck around, the more you find out.
You're right. See, I was gonna say you can avoid a lot of shit by avoiding a lot of shit, but I try to be PG-13.
It's okay. You can say whatever. You can say whatever.
But either way though, man, you do have to have that balance. You got to have that balance, because if you, like my mama said, if you burn a candle at both ends, one day they gonna meet.
That's it.
And then you'll be in a world, you'll be up the creek. What she'll say, you'll be up the creek. But the way I deal with stress, I got a real good support system. I'm blessed to have really good close friends and really good close siblings. I talk to a lot of people on a regular basis, and a lot of people don't have anybody they can talk to. They like, you'll be surprised how many people are contemplating suicide.
Yeah.
Every day, and they tell you about they had moments and this and that. I was talking to this girl one time, and I was looking at her wrist, and she had a bunch of slashes on her wrist.
Dang,
And I was like, what's going on with your wrist? She was like, I tried to kill myself a couple of times. I'm like, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm like, if you ever need somebody to talk to, you can talk to me. I mean, we ain't no couple or nothing like that, but you can definitely talk to me.
You can save a life.
What the saying? I'd rather talk to you for an hour on the phone than come to your funeral.
Yes,
I'd rather do that.
agree.
But a lot of people don't have anybody to talk to. So you asked us what we do for stress. I'm glad I got a real good support system. I got some friends that I call brothers. I even got female friends that I can confide in. And it's always good to have that outlet, because you can't vent to everyone, because can't trust everybody.
can't.
Right.
And with us men, you only got one time to show us that you can't be trusted. And then we're like, oh yeah, we won't even respond in a conversation. You can try to bait us all you want to, like, yeah, we ain't give you nothing. But I'm glad that I got people in my life that I can confide in and I can trust with certain information, because this stuff will take you out of here. Like, sometimes I'm to the point where I feel like, man, I ain't got nobody to talk to, even with that support system.
Yeah,
I'm like, who can I call? Everybody busy. Ain't nobody picking up. Ain't nobody replying back to the text or none of that. But you can't really put all that on them too, because
true.
you never know what other people got going on.
What they going through,
Very
right,
true.
right.
So you just gotta be mindful of all that stuff. And I also believe in God. I don't know how everybody else believe in. They talking about the higher power, universal rock. I believe in God. You know what I mean? So my faith is in God, and I just stand on the principles that I learned from growing up and even now, because I learned more as an adult than I did as a child. Not that I couldn't comprehend, but I comprehend on a whole nother level now.
Yeah, and
It
then also
means
you have
something
the
different.
experiences.
Yeah, it
Right.
connects. It connects differently.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I ain't gonna go too much in detail about how I feel about it, because it's about me and I'm not a man. But as far as stress, I do feel like it is great to have a good support system and have somebody to talk to. And sometimes, like for me, I don't want anybody to like give me what they would do if it was their situation type
Right.
thing, just listen to me. Like sometimes you just want to vent
Right.
with no judgment, even though people still gonna judge you. But you know, you don't really want that upfront judgment, like that harsh judgment sometimes. And sometimes that helps just to get it out,
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you just need somebody to listen.
Yeah.
I like being the person that just listen sometime. And I hope that they reciprocate, you
Yes.
know, when it's my turn.
Yes.
Even if they don't, you can't be mad at them.
That's true.
Don't be mad at them because everybody is not you. Everybody ain't raised the way you were raised. They wasn't taught, you know, the values, morals, and principles that you were taught. So you can't get on their case about that. You know what I mean? You can express to them how you feel. So if you ever have to revisit that conversation, you be like, I know you know better because we talked about it. But initially, nah, you can't do people like that. But it's good to have a support system. But even if you don't have a support system, like I always say, you got God. You got God. Just trust in them, man, you know. But don't ever take yourself up out of here because stress will do that. Stress will get you up out of here quick.
will.
I say, man, count on you. Like that's it. I don't mind a support system. That's cool. That's a great thing to have. So don't think at one point, for one moment, I'm knocking the support system. But there will be times where, like you said, the text is not. There's no response on the other side. You call, you get the voicemail. So what do you do when it's just you? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I believe in God too. I also believe that there is something that God put in us to handle what He put us in.
We all have a piece.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I believe I'm one of the people. I don't have fear, and again, I embrace stress, and that's literal because anything that I have. Biblically, church folk, what you say, He won't put more on you than you can bear, right?
Yeah.
I just, in my mind, I feel like if I came to it, I gotta beat it. That's why I came to it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's a video game in my head. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many times I die, fail.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? But the game was meant for me to beat it.
Exactly.
Not for me. That's how I feel. And no disrespect to anyone who has felt suicidal. I know people who have. I know somebody who has killed himself before.
Yeah.
Well, before.
Yeah.
Can't do it but once. But you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people or came in contact with a lot of people who've tried it. And it's just like, I wish you could tap into, I say everybody has a superpower. It's just a little thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever your niche is and just tap into you because the stress ain't what took you out, in my opinion.
It's really you against you.
Yeah, you against you.
Yeah.
You didn't believe that you, God, something had more power than the situation you was going over. And the moment you give what you're dealing with more power, it's over with.
Yeah. And
That's
I
when it
think that
defeats you.
has a lot to do with just society in a sense with how, we're all, I think, from the generation of when social media was not as hot as it is right now.
Oh, yeah.
We had
grew
MySpace.
into it. Yeah, we had MySpace, and even
before
before then, there was not a
Yeah, it
MySpace.
wasn't
Like we
yeah.
remember, not having these certain things or whatever, because social media really influences a lot when it comes to suicide and people downplaying who they really are.
It's a lot more pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. People thrive off of getting likes and loves and shares and things and stuff. And if they don't get that, they really take it to heart to the point where it hurts them.
Yeah. But see, that goes back to what you said earlier, in my opinion, about having attention. Right? Like, again, there's a balance. So everybody needs a healthy level of attention. Yeah. Where should the attention come from is a question that can be anywhere. But the social media thing makes people crave for that more and in different ways. And it's an unhealthy craving for attention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some people not getting it from anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's true. That is very true.
They don't know how to give it to themselves, though.
And
It ain't
a
talking about
lot
no
of
crazy
people,
way.
I think, just really kind of downplay.
That's true, though.
A lot of people downplay too that you have more power than what you were taught. Because some people really were not taught that you really have like a superpower in a sense, or you have the decision to really control majority of what goes on in your life. Some people are just not taught that.
Yeah.
Because I believe in God as well. I don't believe in religion like the way that I was brought up or whatever.
Right.
Because I feel like we have way more free will in control over what happens in our life than most people, stay sometimes. Sometimes it just be like, oh, this is already planned. Some stuff is not planned. We plan it. And we don't, sometimes we just don't show up for ourselves. And you got to show up for yourself.
You got to.
You
I
have to show up
know
for yourself.
at the Juneteenth celebration on Monday, Mr. Muhammad, he's Mr. Juneteenth. You know what I mean? We named him Mr. Juneteenth. He said something very profound that stuck with me. And I love listening to older people because they always dropping nuggets.
Yeah, for
the
real.
right ones
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
But Mr. Muhammad, shout out to him anyway. He was like, be grounded in making. Don't be trapped in making. You can be rooted in making, but not trapped
I like
in making.
that. I seen you post that.
You can be rooted in the religion that you were brought up in, but you don't have to be trapped in there.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we're not living in the same world we grew up in.
Yeah.
not.
Our parents
Facts.
didn't prepare us. They didn't know this was coming.
Nah.
They didn't. You know what I mean? So we can't be trapped in a certain mindset that a lot of people will be. It ain't even. It goes even further than religion. Like, look at. I hate talking about old
Say what-
people.
yeah.
But old
Say,
people.
yeah.
But old people hate everything.
They really do.
Old,
They really
old
do.
musicians hate you. Old DJs hate me.
They really
Old
do.
podcasters hate you. You know what I mean? Old people hate QR codes. You could be at a
do.
restaurant and they were like, I don't want to scan no QR
hand me
code.
the
Give me
paper
a
so I-
menu.
so I
can
And that's
read
how
it.
a lot of people are. And they take that everywhere. They take it to religion. They take it to restaurant. They take it to music, fashion, everything. They always talking about back in the day. They don't ever want to evolve. So that a lot of people, the only religion that they know is the old people.
That's true.
On them. And then the old people are always on their case. Like, it's so many people that are around their grandparents and uncles and aunts and all that, and they've been that way their whole life. They really ain't been exposed to a whole lot. We could sit down with them same people that are our peers, but we're light years ahead of them.
Yeah. True.
Because they've been held back. You know what I mean? And what we want to do, we want to free them people. we want
Exactly.
to free
Come
y'all
on,
right now.
shackles.
It's
Come on,
okay. You
chains.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay.
They
I was
gotta want
just
to be
talking to a
free
friend
though,
of mine.
man.
That's true too.
They gotta wanna be free.
Right. They gotta want to be free.
Explore
They
different
Got
things.
to.
Yeah.
Case in point, during the pandemic, a lot of churches failed. And
Facts.
I'm not, I
We
ain't
don't
talking
even
bad
get into
about
that.
it. But you know
I
how they
agree.
failed? And a lot of other churches were thriving because they embraced social media.
That's
They
true.
embraced the media ministry, period. You can't
That's facts, bro.
you can't stay in your old ways when the world is evolving. Like I heard Dr. E. Dewey Smith say, you can't run a church in 2022. It was back in 2022 when he said
Yeah,
it,
I know
on a
exactly what you're
1996 budget.
Yeah, you cannot.
Stuff evolves.
You can't.
You know what I mean? The sockets in the wall ain't even the same no more. Like, how you expect to survive and you ain't evolving? We can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over. And that's
Facts.
why a lot of people run away from church, because that's the only church they know. That's the only church
true.
they see. Those people, you know what I mean? So I try to do my best to shine light on people that are stuck in that mind frame. Like, it don't have to be like this always. It's a whole nother world out here. You know what I mean? You can feel how you want to feel. Feel your feels. You got to. You know what I mean? Because you're going to forever be in that same mindset if you don't.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
That's a good point to even what we're talking about. For so long, like you were saying, mental health is now being brought to the forefront. So now there's the trend, and hopefully the trend turns into a normality,
Hope so.
right? You know what I'm saying? There's a trend for people, black people, males, black males.
Boy.
You know what I'm saying? See how I just did that?
Yep.
On purpose, though. You know what I'm saying? To recognize the status of your mental health and then diagnose it and do something about it. Because back for our parents, our grandparents, everything, man, they used to tell me you got, and I still to a big extent use this, but you got two options: fix it or fix it. That's what he used to tell me. You know what I'm saying? There was no crying. There was no any emotion. You know, as kids, most of us, I'm gonna say how I was raised, we adults talking, shut up.
Yeah.
Or go. You know what I'm saying?
That's
You gotta
true.
go whole mouth. So a lot of feelings that we felt as kids and growing up, we had to suppress them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Kids are
saying?
definitely not like that
And-
now.
and-
They be all in
yeah,
the conversation.
there's balance, though.
Which is better, though.
There
'cause
is balance.
I feel like you
Hell
kind of, I feel like sometimes it's better because you kind of know exactly how they feel about certain
Respectfully,
things.
it is.
And like, I
But
remember
when it get disrespectful,
like
because
this.
these
Like,
kids-
so,
these
like,
days
I know
just-
y'all probably remember being kids or whatever, and you got to eat whatever dinner is prepared before you.
Yeah.
Even though they know you despise lima beans.
Yeah.
And you prefer green beans, broccoli, something else other than lima beans, but they was like, no, this is what I cook. You got to eat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you knew not to say nothing. Like, you just be quiet. But kids now, they gonna let you know.
Yeah, you traumatized by them lima beans.
No, I actually like lima beans.
But parents didn't explain stuff.
I don't
back
like
in the day.
soup. I don't really
Yeah.
have a vegetable
There
soup, but I
you
like
go.
lima beans. Yeah.
Parents-
It was
They-
because I say so back
Right.
then.
Yeah,
bro.
it
You're right.
was.
And you know, I don't know if they were prideful or just they probably were prideful. They wasn't gonna tell you, look, this is all we really can afford right now.
And I can
So
understand,
understand me, but
Yeah.
they not really trying to explain that to no kid. Just do what I say. So I'm already dealing with this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're adults. We be like, maybe this is why my mama cooks so much.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Stuff is expensive
Yeah,
out
it
here.
is. It's very
But imagine them
expensive.
trying to explain that to us right now. Imagine us trying to explain it to them. They don't care.
Oh,
They don't
I
care about
know.
that.
I just had my nieces and nephews for the past 2 days, and yeah, they don't care.
But it's what you teach them though. You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's what
true,
you teach
too.
them. I got kids, so I teach mine early about the value of $1.
I got to.
You know what I'm saying? And so many kids now feel this not privilege. This what's the word I'm looking for? They feel entitled.
They
Somebody's
do.
supposed to do something for them.
They do.
So I just cycle these same little $10 in my son's life. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You hit a home run, here go $2.
Hey.
You want to do such and such? Let me get them $2 about you. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
this is what it costs, right? And if you don't have the $2, then you can't do what you want to do. So when you say, Daddy, we want to go to Six Flags, I'm okay with saying, Daddy doesn't have enough money right now. When Daddy go, your work is to go play baseball right now and hit them home runs.
And I think that has a lot to
know
do,
what I'm
of
saying?
course, with social media, because there are some kids that they're on social media and they should not be. They know things that they really should not because
Facts.
certain parents
Facts.
don't screen things for them or limit interactions with certain things. It's TV, like
It's
just
kind of inevitable though.
it is to an extent, but you still can put some limitations on it.
You can,
Yeah.
but
And not getting them
you gotta-
phones so soon, some of them.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
some of 'em, I mean,
but sometimes you need it. I
world
get
we
it.
in.
You need it
But,
for what?
Yeah. I mean, like, say for instance, you have a young kid, maybe around, let's say 9 years old.
Okay.
Maybe they're involved in a lot of different little after school activities and things and stuff, or they participate in things where they just have to kind of travel and stuff
Okay.
or whatever. They sometimes may need their own form of communication versus a child that's not involved in all those type of things.
I see your point because the avenue is there, right? So because we have personal forms of communication, yes, it has a great use. But I always go back to this question: what did you do when you were 9?
I had to borrow somebody's phone or
You,
something.
but whose phone did you borrow?
The phone that was in like an office or something. It wasn't
So
even
in
a cell
in
phone at 9.
A phone that
Yeah.
belonged to an adult, right? So
Yeah,
when I played,
yeah.
the coach knew to call, or we met up at a place to call. Like there was
That's
ways
true.
to do it. So I'm not saying cell phones are bad, but it's hard to balance that. We're gonna go back to that, right? So
Yeah.
it's just hard to do
And
that.
I'm not
'cause
gonna
once you
get too much
them,
into it,
it's
but I
over
do
with.
feel like adults, the way they supervise kids now is way different
Bingo.
than when we were younger.
The phones are raising them. The
People
iPads are.
really, I feel like they had more of an eye on you around when we were younger.
They did.
Versus now, they're busy doing things themselves on their phone, as you said, or they're distracted and they're missing certain things with kids. So that's for a whole nother thing right there.
I agree with you.
But yeah,
they definitely had more.
also, so I know y'all said how y'all deal with stress or whatever, and I don't know about y'all, but this alcohol got me a little hot.
A little bit. I
Yeah,
feel
a
good,
little
though.
hot, but I'm gonna drink some more. Though I'm gonna drink some more.
Yeah.
So what do you do for like self-care? And I know like, so on social media, most of the time is self-care is kind of steered towards just women. Like, we're just taking these self-care days, or we go to the spa, get massages, or, things like that. What do men really do? Like, what is something that you really do and what you really like feel like would be the best avenue of self-care for you?
Oh, okay. Well, I can't speak for every male.
Yeah, that's a very personal question.
I know, I
Very,
said
that's
for
personal
you.
as
I said
hell.
for you. I don't know what y'all thought.
No,
was,
not that
because
kind of
I said
person.
all
Let's say
right.
unique, because it's gonna be different for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's gonna be
It's
unique.
really gonna be unique.
Yeah.
But I know what I do for self-care. I take care of myself. As far as I just started going to the gym, working out at this spot called Orange Theory.
Oh, okay.
And they are very nice. networking being in there, not just working out, but networking, getting to meet people. You know, Frank Malloy from the news station, he goes there. So many different Arabs go there that own gas stations and
stuff, yeah.
like you never know who you'll meet in there. But I'm not just there for the networking. I network because I just network. That's what I do. I take every opportunity to do that. But going to the gym, I got me a gig, but DJ at Orange Theory this Saturday coming up. Who would have thought that's a whole nother demographic of people who didn't know me before I started going there.
Yeah.
That's self-care. I'm taking care of my health, and now I'm getting a paycheck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I ain't do it for that. It just happened because that's how I move. But working out, starting to eat better. I rest. You gotta rest.
You do. Rest is productive, and people act like it's not. But
It's imperative. Like I'm very organized with my schedule. And that's a part of self-care. You got to be organized because, like my granddaddy used to say, you can't shoot at every rabbit. You can't shoot at every rabbit because you'll die like that. You know what I mean? You gotta tell some people no. Like, I'm sorry, but he told me one word. He was like, say regrettably. Regrettably, I won't be able to do your event. I appreciate you inviting me, but regrettably, I will not be able to be a part of your event. You know
that's
what I
a
mean?
nice way to put it, but I think people should be more receptive to no too.
They have to because you gotta take care of
It's a plain no sugarcoating it.
Yeah, we go back to burning the candle at both ends. You're gonna be your body gonna sit you down if you don't sit down.
Yeah.
Like I go get facials, I go get pedicures. I take time off to just do nothing sometimes because we could be going and going and going, and then you end up in the hospital.
Yeah.
The
Yes,
pandemic showed us that we
very
all
true.
needed to pause.
That's very
Sometimes
true.
I get on Facebook and just write Selah. If you see Selah throughout the Bible, that means pause, rest. You know what I mean? It's a musical term also, but you got to Selah sometime.
Yeah.
Just pause, rest.
yeah.
So that's how I do my self-care.
Okay.
Pay attention to yourself
Oh yeah.
doing that.
Yeah. I'm going towards the same avenue as far as the rest thing, because I'm learning that the more life goes on, because I'm the guy that's gonna get all the rabbits. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We want them.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
We do want 'em.
And I'm the one that's gonna sit back and be like, okay, I can't shoot everyone individually. So I'm finna set a trap where I can catch 10 at a time.
can get 'em.
And then, you know what I'm saying?
And sometimes we do.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. We do.
Sometimes, you
we
know,
do.
but I'll do it for a season. I've learned to do that because time is precious. So hitting one rabbit at a time may take, an hour or whatever. But if I can catch 10 in 20 minutes and I can sit back for the next 40, you know what I'm saying?
Smart.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So I try to just maximize opportunity. And that, honestly, that is self-care.
Yeah.
I love solving problems.
Cause you know what's best for you.
Yeah, and even when I do not physically engage in something, I cannot sleep. I can't rest, like real rest, until problems are solved. So that's just me. So once I solve something, now I'm like,
Hey, I get that.
so that literally is my self-care. I get facials from time to time. That one of my barber that used to come out here back in the day, he got his own shop in
I
Atlanta.
seen you
now.
on the video getting the facial.
Yeah. So it's like, that happens and it feels good. But what really gives me, because what I'm gonna say is self-care to me is how I get my peace.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And that's what it should be.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I feel like that should be the definition of it.
Yeah. So my self-care is solving problems. And I love water, just where I'm from. So I find a waterfall, a beach, a river.
Oh, yeah.
And
Water's common.
that's where I can probably silence my thoughts some. But if there's issues around me, my self-care, I gotta solve this shit.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Okay.
I'm definitely with you on that.
I get it. For me, with self-care, it's a number of things. But my focus now is to rest more and to say no more to things and people. Because we're gonna say I have, because it's still a working process, have a hard time saying no sometimes. And it's just because I don't want to let people down, in a sense.
Fuck that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting more towards that, fuck them side. But, it takes some time to really get there. And that's just like this past weekend. Normally the weekends are my biggest production days for my baking business. So Saturday, for really from Thursday through Sunday, I'm kind of locked in the house pretty much. Yeah. Working on stuff because I work from home. And this past weekend, one of my friends, they were celebrating their birthday. They had a fashion show, and then had another family member who had a housewarming, and all kind of little different things were going on this past weekend. So what I did. So what I did was, so I'm a planner, okay? I am a stickler for plans and time, okay? And if I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna let you know. But I appreciate plans. Oh yeah. And so I plan, like my life honestly is probably planned out for the next 6 months. As it should be. As my weekends, everything is already kind of planned out. So what I do now is I try not to overbook myself though. Yeah, so I give myself time to be able to sit down. So like this past weekend, I was like, yeah, I'm not taking but maybe a few orders for the weekend. Nothing big. And that gave me the time to be able to attend everything for my family and friends because these people always show up for me as well. So I need to show up for them when I can. And that to me was self-care because I was able to spend time with them and laugh, relax, just have fun, and just kind of also, celebrate with them because those are momentous moments as far as buying a home or putting on a whole fashion show. Like putting together an event yourself is time consuming. Oh, and it takes a lot of energy, money, all that, Yep. So I like to try to show up for people. And then also on the other end of self-care, I'm girly. So I like massages and going to the spa and stuff like that. Yeah. Going to get a manicure, pedicure. I like listening to music and things like that. And also just kind of sitting with myself for at least a few minutes. A few minutes where I don't respond to my phone. I don't look at my phone. And I just sit there and just think.
You talk to yourself?
I do. Sometimes.
What y'all be talking about?
A lot of different things. We be talking sometimes. Sometimes I be talking about like, these people got me fucked up, like.
Sometimes they do.
Right. Or sometimes it's me just talking to myself like, yeah, girl, you look good, just different things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What you can't say to other people?
Some stuff I can, but some stuff I don't want to.
I was just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I talk to myself too.
Yeah. I answer myself too.
Me too.
I do too. People sometimes they be like, "That's crazy," but I answer
call
myself.
Me crazy then. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I have conversations, and sometimes I do it in the mirror just so I can see myself. It gives a different perspective sometimes.
I'm try that. I never did the mirror thing.
You should.
Never did the mirror thing.
You should. And also, like on my mirror, sometimes I put affirmations or things on my mirror. Notes? Yeah, I used to have. So years ago, I used to have whole bunch of sticky notes on my mirror. I don't really have like a whole bunch of sticky notes no more. Man. I just got like one little thing that has like a little affirmation from one of my friends. She made a self-care book, like a journal or whatever. So I got that on my mirror. And then also I have this, it's a wheel of emotions. It explains like how do you actually feel because, and I was gonna bring this up. So in general, we see each other. You greet somebody, you be like, "How you doing?" Yeah. Or they may ask you how you're doing. You be like, "Oh, I'm good." That is not a feeling or emotion or whatever.
It ain't always the answer though.
Yeah. And that's I get that, but on this wheel, it helps you to identify from different angles of how you feel. There's a base of being like happy, sad, confused. Sometimes you may be joyful. Different descriptive words to actually
the Facebook feelings.
No, it's not Facebook feelings. It's not.
Them the ones that be on Facebook when you go.
I mean, I kind of brought that up.
Them the ones that be on Facebook.
But no, it goes even deeper than that, or whatever. So you can talk about how you really feel. And sometimes I have to remind myself like, okay, you're not okay. Sometimes. Because sometimes, I mean, of course, peaches and cream, you want to seem like you're okay. You want to give that sometimes, image to people that you're okay. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't, because you don't need everybody in your business sometimes. Everybody don't need to be in your
right.
Kool-Aid or whatever. But at the same time, you need to be honest with yourself about how you really feel.
Yeah.
Do you go
Always
deeper
be
than
honest.
Do you go deeper than that though?
Yeah, I
Like
do.
why do you feel the way you feel?
Yeah, definitely. Always. I do. And sometimes, even if like somebody may ask me and I'll be like, I don't know. I really do be knowing. I just don't want to explain it in depth to that person.
And you
but
don't
I
have to.
do be knowing.
Do you really like when you at an event, somebody walk by, hey, B, how you doing? Do you really feel like they're asking you because they want to know?
So that's another thing. Now, some people don't. Some people we really, and
It's a southern
I've
thing.
talked about this before as well.
Yeah, it's really a greeting.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
a greeting.
part of a
There's
greeting,
no-
but it shouldn't
Yeah.
be though. So many of us, we really do not care about each other. And we don't care how nobody doing, honestly. We just say it just because it sounds good and that we're used to it, something familiar.
Or we're polite. It's polite. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's-
But we were
That's
taught
cool.
that it was polite.
It is polite, even though we were taught.
I honestly don't.
What word we taught?
I honestly, if I don't
But-
want to
taught
know
everything.
honestly, if I don't want to know how you're feeling, and if I don't feel like I have the energy
Yeah.
or time to respond, I'm not going to ask you how you're doing.
So
Well,
you,
you don't
just
have
say,
to-
hey?
Yeah, I'm like, hey,
Yeah, you don't have to have
good
a
afternoon,
moment with
good
somebody.
evening.
Yeah,
That's
you
cool.
ain't gotta have a
Hope
moment
you're
with
having a
somebody.
good day.
Right, yeah.
I may say something like that. Hope you're having a good day, and that's not me asking you a question. I hope you're having a good day, and I'm moving on because I don't have the energy to deal with it.
Yeah. So you just taking that moment literal, and everybody
you
ain't
don't have
taking
to
it
do
I
literal.
know everybody don't, but I feel like more people should. I feel like we mind our business too much, and that's why people be committing suicide and stuff. Cause we mind our business too much. Sometimes people be screaming. They really be screaming with the things that they say and post on social media, and we just be like, "Here they go again." We just going by.
Sometimes people really care about how you feeling
Yeah.
when they ask you. So you can be honest.
You
You don't
should
have
be
to.
honest.
You don't have to unpack everything, but you can
don't.
be like, I'm okay.
And it's important
If
to
they really
be-
care, they'll dig deeper.
And it's important to be a
Bingo.
safe space.
Bingo.
You gotta, I mean, of course, you're not gonna just, like I said, you're not gonna tell everybody your business, but there are people that I feel like they give off the image of being a safe space. You know, and I feel like we all should work
They give
more
off the
towards
image.
Yeah. You got the what you mean by that?
I mean,
How that look?
They
okay.
manipulating people.
No. Okay, not just the
off the
image.
image
Not just the
of being a
image.
safe
Okay,
space.
not just. I should have said so. I should have put a comma. I should have
Hold
put a
on.
comma there. So not just the image, but they actually are. So there are some people that you see they just do not look inviting to talk to.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe because of their facial expression, or maybe their body language, or maybe just because this person just that's not what they do.
I can agree with
Or
you on that.
whatever. But I feel like sometimes it does pay to look inviting to
Yeah.
people. To look like, hey, I do care about you. I am a safe space.
It's a balance.
Yeah, everything
Because
in
people
life
going
is a
through stuff
balance.
too that you don't know
is-
about.
That's
They
true.
can't be that safe space for you at the
And,
moment.
and you shouldn't.
yeah.
I don't feel like you should expect that all the time from people because we all have our own problems.
Yeah.
I'm most of the time I'm a happy-go-lucky person. Most people look at me as that. That's kind of like my thing. We all have a kind of stigma attached to us or whatever, and that's kind of like what people look at me for. But sometimes I'm not, and I don't want to deal with your issues.
You're right.
But so let me ask this question. Y'all ever been somewhere random, Walmart, I don't care, and somebody, a stranger, because you've never seen them before, walk up to you and just start telling you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Or
yes.
y'all standing in the line and joking about, yeah, because my cat died yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So I hate that. Like not obviously, but really, honestly is the word. Honestly, I hate that. Because a lot of times it's like they never tell you nothing good. In my opinion, it's like, bro, I don't.
You're right.
Okay, but anyways, I feel like what you're describing, you got to filter that through a lens of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
true.
if you at an event, and especially in the South, that's just a greeting. Like,
Yeah,
appreciate
really.
you. A lot of times, it's just a thing you say. You say thank you, don't even have real appreciation
Yeah.
for it, right? You go to the drive-through, Burger King, boom, 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 number 2, boom, and they hand you the bag through the window.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. In your mind, though, you don't appreciate it. Really, like, nigga, I just paid for my money, for my food. That's what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
It's formation.
Yeah. So, in a situation like that, I think when you have to say, I'm familiar with you. today, right? Or I know AD and we have a certain relationship. So when he asks me, are you good or are you okay? It means something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It does. Okay, so flip that though. Something that I see more often is some people will be way more open with a stranger versus somebody they know.
And
That
to
just
me,
depend on the
it
person.
depend on the person. Remember the person in
Yeah.
the Walmart line that just told me about they dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's true. That's true.
You'll
So-
be surprised, man.
yeah.
I had a girl coming to me one time when I was DJing. Well, this happened a couple times, and just burst into tears. I had no idea what she had going on, but I hugged her. You know what I mean? One of the girls. But-
Why not the others?
yeah,
Why not
I mean, it happened on different occasions, and I had other
okay.
women coming to me trying to kiss me. I'm like, oh, hold on,
No,
What record were you spinning?
man, I don't know.
Hey,
I have no idea.
Right, and this
I have
is
no
tag.
idea.
Ain't This is bull. This is tag.
But
niggas
people,
spin
hey
the
man, you
record.
never know what people got going on. Some people are just, I don't know, they like that when they get on the alcohol, or they like that when they're in their feelings, because every time you see people acting out, they not always on the alcohol. Sometimes they
that's
just,
very true.
they know other people are, so they'll use that as an excuse. Be like, you know what?
Uh-huh.
Let me shoot my shot. Let me do this. Let me do that. And they ain't had a drop of alcohol. They had a lick to drink.
That's true. Sometimes you don't need that liquid courage. You
Yeah,
just,
man.
whatever you feeling at the moment or whatever. But that's a whole nother thing too. Like as far as
Yeah.
like both of y'all kind of work with dealing with just random people, strangers sometimes.
Always.
And
All the
especially
time.
women. Like how do y'all
All the
like
time.
really
Man.
how do you because don't nobody like rejection, you know?
It depends on where you at in life.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Depending on where you at in life, depending on what happens, I like to say, and I'm pretty sure you agree, I'm whoever I need to be in the moment. I'm whoever I need to be in the moment.
That is,
If I got
that definitely sounds like something a man would say.
You got
an adult,
adult,
adult.
male or female.
how many times you got to be a counselor for your kids, or you got to be a disciplinarian, or you got to be the person that listen, or you got to be the person to get on their ass, or you got to teach them. You
Yeah.
got to be whoever you
Gotta
are
wear
in the
many
moment.
hats.
I'm whoever I need to be in the moment. If
Yeah.
I got to be a gangster, I got to be a gangster.
That's
If I
it.
got to minister to somebody so they don't commit suicide, I got to be that minister. But I'm whoever I need to be in the moment. And if a woman approaches me and I'm in a relationship or I'm married or whatever, and you know what I mean, I'm faithful. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna entertain that. I ain't gonna say that go for everybody,
Yeah, you
but
can put the word faithful in there.
yeah, I'm not gonna entertain that. You know, because women, they'll come at you just because they don't like your wife, or they don't like your girlfriend, or they don't like that everybody else got your attention, but they don't have it. You know what I mean? So you gotta use discernment about how people approach you, because they'll clickbait conversations with you just to see what kind of reaction they'll get. They'll know you done been through some shit with your baby mama or a op or whoever, and they'll try to like, well, what's your side of the story? I'm like,
try to play on it.
whatever you heard, believe it. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Depending on how you feel. Some people entertain that stuff, but I don't entertain it. That's why you don't hear my name in no mess. You know what I mean? So
We don't.
I'm whoever I need to be in the moment. So it depends. I may be with the shits one night and be like, hey, you want to kiss me? Let's, you know, that's for funny purposes. But we all are whoever we need to be in the moment.
Hey, I mean,
You know,
I
to be
think
honest,
everybody done did
we
some
all are.
risque kind of
Yeah.
stuff before, so
We all are.
it's
So,
understandable. We're grown, you know.
and just as far as dealing with women, it just depends on how they come at you, man. Because you'll be surprised the women that come at me in my DM, or either they got my number or they'll come at me. Like, I done had a girl, and y'all ain't gonna know who it is. It don't matter. I ain't gonna say her name. But I had a girl book me for a party, and I like to come real early so I can set up and just be chilling, and music be on, and I be in place when the party starts.
Y'all
Right.
kind of tell what it's going right.
So,
It's going real
but
early.
look,
Okay, so what
I got that
happened?
real early. It was a house party. You already know I'm going.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This girl came out the back with like nothing on. Like she had on clothes, but like little bitty ass drawers, a little small ass shirt, whatever. Tempting ass clothes. Like I knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend at that time. I went out after I set up. I went outside and sat in the car till people started showing up.
Yeah.
It
And
was
she had a
smart.
boyfriend.
It was-
She had a boy. We could have got caught. You know what? I done been in enough situations where I don't
Bro,
want to
put
be
the
in a
cup down.
situation.
Finna get real.
I don't want to be in another one. I remember being 19 years old. I was in the Navy, and I was messing with this older chick. Her name was Barbara. You know she old. People don't name their kids Barbara. You know what I mean? Her name was Barbara. I called her Miss Barbara. She wasn't even my rank. We not even supposed to be fraternized with people of higher rank, but I was cute, and she was fine as hell, and she knew I keep my mouth shut because we talk so much, you know what I mean?
Until now.
She trusted me. She trusted me, though. So I'm over Miss Barbara's house one day after working all day, and I don't know if y'all know about the military, but they work you to death.
Yeah.
So anytime you get 5 minutes to sit down, you might be asleep. So that's what I did when I got over her house. And I woke up to a big green mile dude standing over me talking about, get your boots and get your jacket, get the hell out of my house. He didn't do nothing to me because he knew I was young and green and stupid. Like, when you walking a woman, how you know if a man there or not.
Yeah,
you know if he
yeah.
live there or not. But I ain't care nothing about it. I was just happy to be over at Miss Barbara's house. You know what I mean? We ain't even do nothing. I would have died. And we didn't even do nothing. We didn't even do nothing.
Died in vain.
Yeah. So being in that situation, I never talked to her again because I was scared. But I was like, I don't ever want to be in that situation. So when I feel how I felt back then, I'm like, I don't want this to be the end of me. I don't want to die messing with somebody old lady.
No,
so I
I
left out of that
understand.
house of that party when old girl was, walking around with. I was like, hell no, because I'm gonna try to holler at her ass. Nope. Her boyfriend may walk in here. A family member may walk in. A friend may walk in here. Be like, what y'all doing? No. I went in the car and sat in. I was on the phone with my girlfriend. I ain't even tell her what was going on because I ain't want her not trusting me. It's already hard enough.
I don't feel like
being
you
in
had
the
to
industry
tell
we
her
in.
that.
We got to be around people all the time.
Yeah.
And
People.
You never know. People will try you. Nah, I ain't even tell her. Like,
I
nah.
understand.
I was like, everything cool. The girl in there, I set up. She ain't even come out the back. She opened the door and she was in the back doing something.
you ain't have
I
to
set
say
up.
that part,
Now I'm
nah,
saying,
but
no,
I
hell
mean,
no. You got to be extra reassuring
Yeah.
when you a DJ or a musician, or because we already got a bad rep because of the bad apples.
Y'all do.
Everybody ain't no bad apple.
Everybody
But-
ain't, but a good bit of I ain't.
But
I
man,
ain't
you
gonna
gotta
say it.
you gotta be real reassuring because you don't want to add on, add on no problems. You're already dealing with enough.
Yeah.
We could get with somebody and then rumors will just start spreading. Like,
Yeah.
oh, he
That
a
what it
hoe.
is.
He do this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, damn. Like, when
Where that
that
come from? Yeah. Yeah.
So, being with somebody, you gotta be real reassuring if you really care about them anyway and you want that thing to work. So that's how you just gotta be.
That's a good point.
So
if you really care about somebody, you should assure them.
Yeah, you just
That's a
gotta
good
move.
point.
You gotta move like you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now it depends on who you are too, though, because some people will get with somebody good and they'll screw it up. They're like, you know what? I want some more. I'm greedy. I got her. Let me try to get this one. I can get that one, and she won't know nothing about it.
And I feel like
all
that's
this shit come up
You
now.
know, of course, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
topic too. But sometimes people get with just the wrong people. You get with somebody for that moment, and you're not thinking about the future or anything. So, that's a whole nother thing there.
Yeah.
So, just kind of another question as well. I know y'all kind of we touched on just like mental health and everything too, but what do you do to take care of your actual body? Like your body, sometimes like your body, if you don't sit your body down, it'll sit it down for you.
Yeah.
So like, do y'all go to like routine appointments and things? Do you keep up with that? Like what do you do?
Oh yeah, I can see why you asked this question because a lot of guys don't have a primary healthcare professional. But me, I do. You know what I mean? I go to the VA.
I don't.
Yeah, a lot
And
of us
why
don't.
not?
Sometimes
Why
a lot of
not?
us go to the emergency room when something happens.
Yeah. It gotta be something serious. It gotta
Something
be
serious.
it gotta
The
be something
thing
serious.
is, if you go on a routine basis, it catches things to where it won't be that serious.
So this
That's
gonna
true.
sound real ignorant to us, depending on what ear you listening with.
Do your thing.
And all my family members that are medical people, professionals, y'all, we done had this talk, so just go ahead and prepare what you finna hear.
Uh-oh.
All right? I don't like the fact that they don't know when you come. They practice. Well, it may be this, it may be that, and I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna give you this and try that. Now, granted, they do have, a different knowledge
Is that what I
than
was
we
just about
do.
to say?
So
do got
I
education.
compare it. I understand the concept because I compare it to when I'm diagnosing people's sound systems. I know you tell me a problem and you probably can't describe it exactly. So it could be 5, 6 different things, and we start digging and blah blah blah. But this sound system is not a living organism. Somebody tell me their car going, it could be a number of things. This car is not a living organism, right? So I don't knock doctors. I I ain't finna go to one unless it's necessary. I go to a chiropractor, right? And I do my own research, the same information that's out there for the doctors to take certain supplements. So I take vitamins daily. I'm doing, what we talked about earlier, trying to rest more as far as not doing all, exerting my body physically. But as far as like going to regular checkups, I'm straight.
I mean, I think that's a good thing to do your own research and take supplements and things. But also, I mean, I think everybody up here is a little bit knowledgeable or whatever. We know certain things, and one of the top reasons that African American men die way before they're supposed to
Say what I want you to say.
is because of health wise. Like
Because they don't take care of themselves. Not because they don't go to the doctor per se.
But there are some things you won't know that you're not taking care of unless you do go to the doctor for different diagnostic testings and things and stuff.
But one thing about that, you're not gonna know everything.
That's true.
And you can do all the research you want to do, but these people went to school for that, and they are professionals in what they do. So you gotta. I trust their education because I know, God created us all, but He put these doctors in place to handle certain things. You know what I mean? I went and got LASIK eye surgery. I was blind my whole life, but I got LASIK. I got 2013 vision.
Oh,
no, not even 2020. I got 2013.
Getting that done
but I didn't get it on my own. I didn't get it by eating carrots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Right.
Sometimes you gotta go to the professionals. I like to let people who do this. You know what I mean? But I don't just go to them every 5 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but you gotta take care of yourself.
To me, that's a serious thing, though. You can't see, that's serious.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't knock
Headache, no.
professional. Yeah.
Constant headaches, we may go see somebody, but,
sometimes
if
a
ain't
headache
nothing
is
broke,
serious.
nigga, I ain't going. You know what I'm saying? It has to be something that is not characteristic because it's step two. The doctor, to me, is step two. You know what I'm saying? Step one is doing what you're supposed to do. Now, doctors need it, yes, but I feel like, people run to them for every little thing. And it's,
I mean, yeah, you shouldn't run to a doctor for every little thing, but it is really important to at least
let me
have
tell you some bad news.
one checkup a year. You really need two, but at least have one.
Well, this is what normally happens. You normally have one fuck up every year. So that one serious thing, God, bro, man, that'll force you to go there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
God, I'll tweak my back. So I'm going to go and that's going to be my checkup. While you at it, doc, check everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not going, I don't have a physician. I
like to go just be in the know. Just to be in the know.
No,
like even when I renewed my life insurance, they check you out there. Like they make you pee in the cup, they do blood work, all kind of stuff. They ask you, are you a smoker? All that stuff is important. You know how they do your policy.
It is.
But it's just good to know. And I trust professionals. You know what I mean? I don't just live and die by it.
I mean, both of y'all are professionals, so you wouldn't want somebody to trust you, right?
Yeah, but whatever I can do to I can do to help live my best life, I'm gonna do that.
But I'm also telling them regular maintenance so they ain't got to call me.
Absolutely.
And again, speakers are not a living organism.
No.
If you, it's a different dynamic. Because if you mess up the speakers, you can go buy some more. You know what I'm saying? We can't buy another AD, another TV.
That's true, and that's why you should try to catch things before it gets serious.
Yeah,
because you can't buy another person.
I agree, but if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it shouldn't get serious.
We're gonna have to work on you with
You can get a lot of information from doctors that you can't Google too, because they teach them a lot of stuff in school that ain't on Google.
I mean,
you know
and
what
I ain't trying to be funny. So with most of the time when I Google a symptom, basically the end result is you might die. It be something serious that come up.
WebMD, you finna die in 2 minutes.
But if I go to, they be like, "Oh, you just had a sinus infection. Oh, you just got bronchitis." So I'm thinking I'm about to die, because of the symptoms that I have, because I don't have the knowledge that they have.
I agree with. I feel you. I'm not.
Which I just had an
that.
incident with bronchitis,
But
and I really did
regularly.
think I was about to die. I ain't even go to sleep because I was like, "Oh, I can't breathe. What if I die right now? I got so much to do." Like,
But see, in that
for real though,
in that moment though, you can't breathe. Like to me, dying ain't the thing. Like I'm not. It's got to be something upper respiratory. You know what I'm saying? So I know what to attack before I have to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. To
I
me,
get it.
it's-
Y'all, I mean, y'all do have the whole thing of y'all being men, so y'all kind of, I'm gonna cry. Okay, I'm gonna pout a little bit. I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, something wrong. I need to go see what's going on." Like I'm not,
I gotta go to that doctor.
you know. So I mean, I get it to an extent. I get it. Okay. So just kind of closing it out, well, before I close out, y'all have something y'all kind of want to talk about or whatever before I ask my very last little question.
I'm good.
I don't know. I was enjoying this. Yeah.
Yeah, we good. Yeah.
Okay, so my last little question is, well, I have two
Okay.
last questions. I'm sorry. But this one is, so what is some advice that you would give 25-year-old you? Not saying that like you want to change like how your life actually went or whatever, because your experiences do make you, who you are. And you wouldn't know what you know unless you went through what you went through.
Yeah.
But what is something that you would tell 25-year-old you that you feel like would have made life a little bit better for you? With being a man, a black man at that.
Okay. I'd say the 25-year-old me, never stop working out. Always practice good eating habits. And manage your money even better and get into credit now.
Yeah.
Business credit and personal credit.
Going
Get
to
into
that
both of
D&B
those.
right.
Yeah. Because you don't want to learn stuff. I mean, we can't do nothing about how old we are now. I'm about 40 now. I'll be 40 at the end of the year. So,
Okay.
yeah,
That's a
man.
big
So
number.
getting
Shouts to you, bro.
appreciate it, man. Getting your
lot of
credit
us don't
right
see that.
is awesome. Like I got a bunch of credit cards in my wallet, and I ain't got to use my own money. You know what I mean? Use that credit and pay the credit off. And at least get rewarded for them.
Yeah.
For spending that money.
Cash back and all that.
Yeah, we be spending money and we don't get nothing from it. Like make it work.
Yeah.
Shoot, so.
Because credit is important. It's really important. It makes the
Learn it at the
world
bank,
kind of go
yeah.
around.
And I was in the barbershop when I was 25 too. So I tell barbers who in the barbershop now, if you 25, pay your booth rent or however y'all do it, pay it with a credit card. You got to pay it anyway. Then they
True.
pay the credit card off at the end of the week. Yeah, man. So, make it work for you. You building your credit while cutting hair, doing what you love to do. So, yeah, I definitely tell myself about credit and health and also just keep that relationship with God. I've been doing that forever. But not forcing no religion on nobody or nothing like that. I'm just saying, it's a higher power, man. You ain't making your heart beat. You ain't making
That
the
is
blood run
very
through your
true.
veins.
Very true.
Advice I would give 25-year-old me, I can go down a long list, man, but
Keep it a little short.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. It's just a lot that I've learned over the years, right?
Yeah.
So hindsight is always 20/20, but you stronger than that. That's really the number one thing I can blanket everything else with. You're stronger than that. At 25, I was, and not stronger like stuff was weighing down on me. You're stronger than the temptation. You're stronger than everything. You are stronger than what you're giving yourself credit for. You don't have to fall to this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That would be the number one thing I would tell myself at 25. You're stronger than that.
I think that's some good advice from both of y'all. Because I think pretty much everybody know it is tough being a black person and a black male in America. It's tough for black women as well.
They hear it, and they may know it is a fact.
Yeah.
But they don't know what we go through.
Some people don't know the extent of it.
As crazy as it may sound, we may not make it home after leaving here.
That's true.
Straight up.
That is very true.
That's how serious it is.
Yeah.
It's very true. And that made me think about a song by Wale. It's called June 5th. And it's about the guy dying in Atlanta. They got killed by police. And at the end of the little song, it's like a little script or whatever. And he'd be like, it's a dialogue between him and his girlfriend or whoever at the time or whatever. And they like, we both don't know, who's coming home because we both black. It's very true. You don't know.
Very true.
You don't know.
Very true. And it's sad that because you gotta realize a fact, but it's a sad thing that we're conditioned that way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is how they wanted it to be.
It is.
And once you realize that, it's so like I have a 12-year-old, I won't get deep into it, but I have a 12-year-old son, man, and I have to keep reiterating. He's, well, Daddy, why did And it's the toughest conversation to keep having because you tell them one concept and they experience it in one way, then they experience it another way. They don't know it's coming back to because they're innocent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They haven't quite this world and this in social media, like this generation now ain't they don't look, they trying to take out what critical race theory, you know what I'm saying, in school.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
they don't even gonna know about the slaves in a minute, you know what I'm saying?
They don't
they won't know about the
it's literally
oppression.
a sentence.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
And I have thoughts on both sides of that, but you know, yeah, it's deep what we living through. Not for a pity party either, cause we've endured it. You know what I'm saying? For the majority.
Well, I mean, we're strong.
So-
We're really strong people
overall.
overall. So, but it's reality. It's reality. So my last question is, I know we're drinking Crown Peach or whatever. But what is your favorite flavor of tea? I mean, it's a part of my name, have tea with B. So, what is
Black.
your favorite? Just plain black?
Black tea.
Just plain?
Yeah. I don't even need no sugar.
No sugar? Nothing? It's like really bitter.
Black tea.
Okay.
I don't do a whole lot of tea, but one that I really love is it's called cinnamon spice or herbal mint, something like that. They come in them boxes with the tea bags. Dang, which one is it?
So those are two
It's been
different,
like a while.
those
Yeah.
two different ones, peppermint
Yeah.
and cinnamon spice.
Yeah.
Two different ones.
But both of those are good. I ain't really just dove into a whole bunch of different ones, but
I love some
I
teas,
like tea.
man. Hibiscus is my second favorite.
I like hibiscus as well. I like a lot of different teas. I
Shy
would
tea.
say I would choose green tea over black tea.
I like green tea too.
I think green tea so when I drink tea, it's really to like calm me sometimes, or maybe if I'm sick or something, tea definitely helps with that, with different blends. But to me, green tea is a little more calming. It gives a calming sensation more than black tea, in my opinion.
Only reason I drink black tea is I get it like after my voice is gone because I'm yelling over the mic all week. I get that with some honey from Dunkin' Donuts, but I don't really drink tea like that. Now, you ask me about Starbucks, I give you a whole dissertation.
See, I'm more of a Dunkin' person. I don't really care for Starbucks. I feel like Dunkin', when it comes to coffee, Dunkin' is top tier over Starbucks when it comes to coffee.
I don't drink coffee, so I don't know.
Starbucks
I
is
drink it
top
every
tier
now
with
and then.
marketing that coffee. That's all that is.
You gotta try.
Definitely.
You gotta try the butter pecan flavored stuff at Dunkin'.
Starbucks got me in trouble.
I'm telling you, the butter pecan
They
gonna
call
get you
my
up out of
name
that.
out
It's
when I
gonna
get
get you
it.
up out of that.
They call my name.
Telling you. And now this year they brought in a butter pecan crunch, kind of like how Starbucks have the caramel
Ribbon
crunch,
Crunch?
the caramel ribbon crunch or whatever. They have a butter pecan crunch.
Do they
at
have
Dunkin'.
an app that you can order on?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I ain't even gave nobody else a chance. Because I
And see,
just
that's
order
how I
it,
used to
and
be.
then by the
faithful.
time I get there,
He faithful.
you see how these drinks line up. My stuff is lined up when I walk in there, and they
But
know
that's
they're
how I
like,
used
"Oh,
to
do you
be.
want water too?" Like, yeah, give me
That's
a
how
water.
I used to be. But when I used
me
to
all that.
work, when I used to work at Geico and work still in the office or whatever, one of my teammates one day, she was just like, something was going on with Starbucks. So she was like, she was going to Dunkin'. And so she went to Dunkin', and I've been on Dunkin' ever since then. Like, they have way more variety of things,
gonna
and it
give a
has
chance.
more of an authentic, like, taste or whatever than Starbucks. Yeah. You should definitely try it.
Got no dog in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And I do.
Yeah, man.
I like Starbucks.
Now,
People like what they like because they don't want to get disappointed.
That's true.
Going
That's
nowhere
very
else.
true. That is very true. Because my sister is a Starbucks fan,
Yeah.
but I do have her liking the butter pecan stuff from Dunkin'. Yeah,
It's just the convenience. People love convenience.
true.
It's like setting an appointment for a haircut. You love the convenience. When I walk in there, I'm going to get it right in the chair. You know what I mean? People like the convenience of Starbucks. People talk about Chick-fil-A so much. We got to give Starbucks they flowers too. Like they really.
They true. I mean,
they
it's a
really
really good
market that
brand.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Even though they overpriced the car, we don't care. Give it to
Dunkin'
us.
is
Bingo.
way cheaper
Yeah,
too,
bingo.
y'all. I ain't
Give it
trying
to us.
I ain't trying to persuade y'all to just do whatever, but Dunkin' is way cheaper.
We need a check for this.
We do. Dunkin' is
Dunkin'
way
and
cheaper.
Starbucks.
He need a Dunkin' check. He need a Starbucks check. Just send it to me. I'm their manager. All right. Yeah.
He gonna divvy it up.
yeah. I'm gonna make sure everything, the actual factuals come through right. You feel me?
But that is all I had for y'all. Thank y'all so much for real though for being my guests for today. I mean, I knew both of y'all before today, of course.
Yeah.
I'm pretty familiar with both of y'all. Been knowing y'all for a couple of years now, actually, from the entertainment life, pretty much going downtown Macon.
Just moving and shaking. Yeah.
Moving and grooving.
And they're all good at what they do. Like,
Shaking and
of
baking.
course, first time I seen AD was him DJing. First time I seen Valente was him playing keys or whatever. And now it's into, the production side of things and stuff. And this is what I record it all the time.
I love it. I love it.
So
Appreciate
yeah, it's cool. And so make sure y'all follow me again at Have Tea with B, and follow my guests as well.
That's
But
right.
thank you.
See y'all later.
Peace.